Uncle Howdy and his new family may not be on television yet, but there continues to be lots of updates for them, so we'll see what's new for Alexa Bliss, Cody Rhodes, and more. So, last we spoke of Uncle Howdy's return teasers, we were going over the letters that he individually wrote for Eric Rowan, Nikki Cross, Dexter Lumis, and Joe Gacy. And just 24 hours after that, Howdy dropped another loaded teaser that contains so much information to take in. So we'll be highlighting all the important things. The first thing to notice about the May 24th teaser is that the line on top of the page reads, "Can you keep a secret?" This was literally one of the last lines ever spoken by Bray Wyatt on WWE television. So that fact alone really adds weight to that line. The first 4 tabs appear to be told from the perspective of someone that was haunted in their dreams by a mysterious entity. And considering that Uncle Howdy and Bo Dallas are the real central characters here, it looks like that story is told from the perspective of Bo Dallas and how he first encountered Uncle Howdy and how it all came to be. Bo Dallas wrote this about that origin story of finding Howdy. Quote, "When I was a kid, I would see him in my dreams. Sometimes I wouldn't know if I was awake or still dreaming. Sometimes I still don't. He didn't try to harm me, but I was afraid. I didn't trust him. Why was he always there? I convinced myself he lived in that house, but everywhere I went, he followed me. Grown-ups said it was my imagination, the loneliness of not being believed. I never felt so alone. I don't ever want anyone to feel like that again. I thought when I got older, he would go away. I did my best to ignore him, but he was always there, whispering in my ear. I decided to chase him in my dreams, but the more I looked, the deeper he hid. Whenever I try to imagine his face, the only thing I can see is my own. I thought, why does he torment me? I didn't understand. I started keeping a dream journal. I would go to my sleep in my bed and then wake up sitting at my desk with my journal in my hands. He showed me the truth, even when my eyes were closed." End quote. So again, just another masterful way of handling a big reveal within the storyline. The way he wrote the letters on the live stream to reveal the members was great and unique. And this reveal here of the origin story between Howdy and Bo is just as great. There was a lot of questions about who Uncle Howdy was as a character when he first showed up in WWE. Obviously, it didn't take long until fans realized it was Bray's brother, Bo Dallas, portraying Uncle Howdy. And even the WWE was very open with that fact in the recent released Bray Wyatt documentary, when they showed Bo Dallas without the Howdy mask on backstage. But the true details and backstory of the character were still very vague back then, but it looks like this origin story fills in all the holes that were previously there. It looks like the story is that Bo Dallas is the one behind the mask, and this is the history and reason why he wears it. Howdy is someone that's been harassing Bo in his dreams every single night, ever since he was a young kid. No one believed his stories about Howdy when he told them. So he eventually kept it to himself and tried to keep Howdy hidden this entire time. But obviously there's no more hiding it. He's fully embracing it and now letting Howdy physically control his body. Bo even had a line in there where he spoke about the loneliness of no one believing him and being on his side, and how he didn't want anyone else to feel like that ever again. That line is amazing because it once again explains why Bo has recruited his 4 individuals. These 4 individuals he wants of Eric, Nikki, Dexter, and Gacy are all outcasts, all loners, all individuals that truly have no one with them. So Bo knows how that feels, and that's why he wants to end their loneliness and save them, because he can relate. So just outstanding context and backstory just being poured into Bo Dallas's new character. Will he ever still use the Bo Dallas name? Or will he adapt a Wyatt name? No one appears to know, but it still seems like he will be going in and out of the Howdy persona, telling by how the entity is being explained. And it really is not that hard to understand, just think similar to The Fiend, and that's pretty much how Bo is explaining Howdy so far. Now, one of the biggest complaints from the community when it comes to this faction is that Howdy and the faction all seem great, but that it would basically be a crime if Alexa Bliss, someone who was so close to Bray Wyatt and the entire story, wouldn't be added to the group. And so far, outside of the white lace woman, there's nothing really that's hinting at Alexa being in the group. Bo didn't even write a letter to her on the stream, and despite how great the reveal is being handled so far, it would be a massive gaping plot hole if Uncle Howdy never really explains and expands on what happened with Alexa Bliss. Last time all these characters were seen in early 2023, Uncle Howdy was obsessed with bringing Alexa Bliss over to his side, so it doesn't really make sense for him to suddenly forget about it like nothing. Well, this new Smackdown teaser appears to also contain a message about potentially Alexa Bliss. In a tab labeled under She, Bo Dallas opens up about what's going on with this apparent woman. He had this to say, quote, "When she speaks, mountains should tremble. It's waiting for her. I can only open the door. She must choose to walk through," end quote. This message isn't about Nikki Cross because Howdy gave Nikki a different message later in the teaser. So that really leaves us only with two options for this mysterious she that Howdy's relating to. This could either be Sister Abigail, or more specifically, it could be in regards to Alexa Bliss. Maybe it's Bo's way of acknowledging that Alexa won't be a part of the group on day one, but that the door is always open for her and it's up to her to decide if she wants to walk through it or not. And telling by that message and the fans' best guesses, it looks like that's exactly what's happening. Alexa Bliss will not be with the group when they arrive on the scene in a few weeks. But it looks like there is a very strong chance that Alexa Bliss could join later on as a surprise new member, and the final needed piece to complete the puzzle of the Wyatt 6. And that would be an intriguing way to handle Alexa's arrival as well. Maybe the group isn't completely struggling, but they have some rough patches finding their way. Alexa could come right in and get the group right back on track. So that appears to be Bo's response to that situation. The door's open for Alexa anytime she wants to use it, but it'll be up to her if she wants to walk through it or not. Also spotted in the teaser was a tab labeled The Prodigal Son. This is a message for the Prodigal Son, quote, "I know it's you, on your way back home. The hard shall light your path. I will be waiting on the other side," end quote. This is another message that could be intended for one of two people. Eric Rowan obviously fits the description of the Prodigal Son, but the ultimate Prodigal Son of WWE would easily have to be Cody Rhodes. Cody left the WWE, did all sorts of great things, and still eventually came back to WWE. So in terms of the Prodigal Son in WWE, that name basically belongs to Cody Rhodes. So that's interesting, because is that Howdy's first target? Is he coming right off the bat to try and end the glory of WWE's Prodigal Son? It's also important to mention that during Bray's hiatus in 2023, one of the biggest rumors was that Bray and Cody were going to feud once Bray got back. There's so many similarities between the two of them, both sons of Hall of Fame superstars. They were both released from the company and came back. So many mirroring qualities and how they were going to have that feud. So for Howdy to step in and pretty much pick up that feud against Cody Rhodes for Bray Wyatt would be another huge moment. Fans also spotted the date June 17th within the teaser, so that'll be a date to watch out for as well. There just continues to be so much talk for the Uncle Howdy return, so that intel should keep rolling in. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.